Once upon a time, in a small village surrounded by tall trees and blooming flowers, there lived a young boy named Jusuf. His heart was pure, his smile kind, and he loved to ask questions about Allah and his light. Jusuf had a big heart full of kindness and was known for his beautiful smile. But what made Jusuf truly special was his endless curiosity about Allah and his path. Every evening after helping his family with chores, Jusuf would sit with his grandfather, listening to stories about prophets and learning how to be a good Muslim. One evening as the sun began its descent, casting long shadows across the village, Jusuf asked his grandfather a question that had been on his mind for quite some time. "Grandfather," he started, his eyes shining with curiosity, "how can we keep the light of Allah in our hearts?" His grandfather, a wise man with a long white beard, smiled gently at Jusuf's question. He knew that the young boy's heart was pure and his thirst for knowledge was strong. "Jusuf," his grandfather began, his voice soft yet steady, "every good deed is like adding oil to a lantern. The more good you do, the brighter your heart shines." He pointed to an old lantern hanging from the wall, its surface adorned with intricate patterns. Intrigued by his grandfather's words, Jusuf examined the lantern closely. He noticed that it was a bit rusty, but at the same time, it held a certain charm that seemed to beckon him. As the days passed, Jusuf couldn't shake off the image of the old lantern from his mind. He began to see every good deed as a chance to add oil to this metaphorical lantern. One afternoon, while playing with his friends, Jusuf spotted a stray cat limping by the road. Its ribs were visible through its matted fur and its eyes held a pleading look. Despite having little food himself, Jusuf shared his snack with the hungry animal. As the cat ate, purring softly, Jusuf felt a warmth spread through his chest. He realized that even a small act of kindness could be like pouring oil into the lantern, making its light shine a little brighter. On another day, Jusuf was walking home from the masjid when he saw one of his classmates lying on the ground with a book clutched in his hand. Without hesitation, Jusuf rushed to help, picked up the book, and dusted it off. When his classmate, Ahmed, thanked him, Jusuf simply smiled. It made him happy to know that he could make a difference in someone's day. However, not everyone understood Jusuf's dedication to goodness. Some of Jusuf's friends thought he was too serious, and they teased him for not joining in on their games. "Jusuf, why are you always so busy with your prayers and good deeds?" they asked one day. "Don't you ever want to have fun?" Jusuf paused, unsure how to respond. He didn't want to hurt his friend's feelings, but he also didn't want to compromise his faith. Taking a deep breath, he replied, "I believe that Allah wants me to be kind and helpful, and even when we have fun, we should remember to stay close to Allah." His friends didn't understand his words, but they respected his choices. That night, after reciting the evening prayer, Jusuf couldn't stop thinking about his friend's words. Just then, his grandfather entered the room. Seeing the troubled look on Jusuf's face, he sat down beside his grandson. His grandfather listened patiently, his eyes twinkling with understanding. When Jusuf finished, he said, "Jusuf, my boy, Allah loves those who do good consistently, even if it's in small ways." He realized that doing good deeds didn't mean sacrificing his friendships. It meant finding a balance between being kind to others and staying true to himself. From that day on, Jusuf continued to do good deeds, but he also made sure to make time for his friends and family. One night, as Jusuf lay in his bed, his eyes droopy with sleep, he had a vivid dream. In his dream, he saw himself holding the old lantern from his house. But as he recalled each good deed he had done during the day, the lantern grew brighter. It shone with a warm glow, dispelling the darkness and filling his surroundings with light. Suddenly, dark figures emerged from the corners, hissing and trying to snuff out the flame. And just as the dream reached its climax, a gentle voice echoed through him, saying, "The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, 'The most beloved deeds to Allah are those done consistently, even if small.'" Waking up from his dream, Jusuf felt a sense of accomplishment. From that day forward, Jusuf's determination to do good grew even stronger. He became known throughout the village for his kindness, patience, and generosity. Months passed, turning into a year. Jusuf never forgot the lessons he learned from his grandfather and the dreams he had about the lantern. Then one night, as darkness fell over the village, something unexpected happened. People rushed out of their houses, their faces etched with worry. The streets, usually bustling with life, were now eerily silent. Quickly, he ran home, his heart pounding in his chest. Without wasting a moment, he took it down, lit the wick, and stepped back to admire its warm glow. Hesitantly, he walked back to the village, his lantern illuminating the path before him. Word quickly spread about the light in the village. People emerged from their homes, drawn to the flickering flame. They gathered around Jusuf, their faces a mixture of awe and gratitude. Together, the villagers stood beneath the soft glow of the lantern, finding solace in its light. And in that moment, Jusuf realized that his journey of performing good deeds had not been in vain. Each prayer and each moment of patience had contributed to the light that now shone within him. The light that came from his good deeds had not only guided the villagers, but it also illuminated his own path, showing him the true meaning of faith and compassion. As the night wore on, Jusuf kept the lantern burning, its light chasing away the darkness and fear that had fallen over the village. And when the power returned and the first rays of dawn touched the horizon, the villagers dispersed, their hearts filled with gratitude for the young boy who had shown them the way. From that day forward, Jusuf continued to be a beacon of light in his village, inspiring others to follow his example of kindness and faith. Incident with the lantern became a legend, a reminder for all that one person's simple acts of goodness can make a world of difference. So whenever you feel like giving up on doing good, remember the story of the boy whose heart shone brighter than any lantern, because he never stopped adding oil to it. Have you ever wondered how you can keep your heart shining brightly, especially when you're facing challenges like teasing from friends or hunger in your tummy? Until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and keep your hearts filled with the light of knowledge and Iman. Salam alaikum.